Hello, beautiful. How are you? Okay, the purpose of this video is to take all of you as a group through what we did last year, or just do some nice reflection, kind of wind down that part of it, our journey in that year, and look to what we're doing next year. Now, I've already sent you an email. Please let me know if you haven't received that yet. I've sent you an email that let you know what we're doing in the January series of sessions, which starts this week. I'm actually going in and doing the series introduction tomorrow, so you'll be able to catch that at some point, or maybe even join me live. And then I also sent out the series of sessions that we're doing February, March, April, May, and June. Holy cow, am I excited, right? I gave you not only an overview, a list of the really key points and the key consciousness that is coming up for all of us as a group, not just us as a group, people globally. This is a message for 2020. These are the archetypal influences, they are the consciousness energies that are sitting there for this year. So we've got to use those, and to our advantage, while the door is open to address money or achievements or suppressing emotion, whatever it is. Let's do that, because it's primed and ready. So I gave you a little bit of an overview of what are some of the key concepts, key consciousness words are that we potentially could look at. I've also got a couple of more detailed series of sessions that I've already written. That's just, I've plucked a few out that kind of fit our, frame of work that we're looking at for 2020. So I by no means did not add all of them. I've got at least another 45 to 50 potential outlines for series of sessions that I'll continue with in years to come. But I really want to capitalize on what we've got on the table in front of us and use it very, very wisely, because this is a powerful year, very, very powerful year. And we have the ability as individuals and as a group to shift really exponentially, far more than other years, I personally feel. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So then I also added just a couple of examples of other outlines that we could potentially look at, and also then maybe doing some series of sessions that specifically address parts of the body-mind complex, such as bones, fascia, suture lines, joints, things like that. That was one of them, okay? So what I would love for you to do is have a look through those, return email to me, let me know if any of them pull at you or you really like, and if there is any of your own that you've are hot as topics in your life right now, or you've got going on for you. It might be specifically autoimmune diseases, it could be trauma, but it could be trauma that's attached to sexual assault or molestation or something like that. So if there is something there for you, please let me know, right? And we'll see how we can weave that in. Now, I'm only putting on the table what we need as sessions from July through to November. And that's because I already have December 2020 mapped out. And it's going to be a very gentle, I'll say that again, peaceful, fun, creative, exploratory process. What always seems to happen, I'm not sure why, is that we have new members coming in December. And December for us historically has been very, very busy. We have members that are taking time off. They're going on extended holidays. They're kind of just saying, I'm not available in those last few weeks of December. And I hear you because that's when I want to take some time off as well to be with my family and to rest. So what I've decided to do, I've got a couple of new things that I'm putting into place that I think you're going to really love. One of our little things that kind of has been interesting to, navigate and work through for me personally, and I know a lot of you, is the sessions that happen. One happens one week, another one happens another week, and so on and so forth. And what I've tried to do over the years, because a lot of you that are listening to me have been here since the very beginning, and what I've tried to do for all of you is try to pick days and times where I can try to get you when you've got the time to be able to come and join me. And that hasn't always worked out. It's always been that, somebody's at work or they're at meetings or they're learning, they're in class or whatever it is. So I know it's never going to be the case that we can capture everyone and that we can fulfill everyone's needs. The beauty of the way that it's set up is that everything's recorded. So it's always sitting there. It's always in your own time. You can always watch half of it and come back to it later. You can always watch them in different orders if you want to. You can come back and watch it as many times as you like. That's the beauty. So what we're going to do is January's sessions are going to be on a Monday. February's on a Tuesday. March is on a Wednesday. April is on a Thursday. May is on a Friday. June is on a Monday. July is on a Tuesday. So we're just going to keep going like that as each month goes along. The next day of the week, between Monday and Friday, will be the next day that we do. It will most likely be in the afternoons because that's when I can capture people coming home from work, or depending where they live in the world, it will be late evening for them and they can settle in for that. So somewhere around the 4 to 5 p.m. will be the time. So I think that'll work really well for us. And also you'll start to feel like that it's in a real rhythm. You'll go, what month is it? It's February. Oh, so that means it's Tuesdays, right? You're going to see it come out in your emails. You're going to see it come out in the Facebook notifications. But that's our new pattern, and it will just take all the guesswork out of it completely. The next new thing that I'm doing, and I am so excited about this, I've already talked to a couple members about it, and they are really loving the idea. Again, during meditation in my Mindscape workshop, we are all, and there's all women in my incredible orbit right now. So if for any reason in the future and there's a man listening to this, please include yourself in this. But we're all very powerful sentient beings. We're all very powerful women. And there are certain times of the month where there are some very powerful energies available to us. And we haven't necessarily been tapping into those as well as what we could have been in times gone by. And I'd like to change that. So there's 2 times throughout a month that are very, very powerful for you. The first one is the new moon. So that's when the moon kicks off a brand new cycle. And obviously then it's about new beginnings, new ideas, clearing the slate and starting fresh, letting go of old stuff because we're here doing a new cycle, okay? And the other one is full moon. And full moon is completion of cycle. It's about tidying up loose ends, completing things that we haven't done, giving gratitude to the month that's just gone by, counting your blessings, writing down and acknowledging the successes and your triumphs that you've had throughout that month. There are many things that you can do during those 2 periods of time. You've got a couple of days during those 2 periods where the energies are very, very amplified, and there are certain things that you can do that can really, really help you with where you are in that moment and where you're going for the rest of that cycle, okay? So what I'm going to do at the start of every month when we email you your session series outline that has the dates and everything like that, you're also going to have another little added piece in there that tells you what the new moon and the full moon is, and it will give you some little ideas and tips on what the meanings of those times are, what the energies are all about, and give you ideas on what you can do, because there are really simple things and very highly enjoyable things that you can do in your own life to cultivate those energies and make the most out of it. I think that's going to be really powerful for you, and you're going to be able to utilize it in a very powerful way. The other thing that we are using is that we have 3 lots of Mercury retrograde happening this year. Mercury retrograde gets a really bad reputation. It has the power to be incredibly powerful, but it's if you know how to work with that in a really productive way and understand its purpose, okay? So there's one in March, another in July, and another one happening in November. The first one in March, all Mercury retrogrades have like a best mate that it's buddied up with. Each one of those are star signs, and each one of the star signs are water element in nature. 3 water element star signs. And you're going, well, what does that mean, Jackie? The first one, March, is paired up with Pisces. The second one in July is paired, or is it June, is paired up with Cancer, I think it is. And then the one in November is paired up with Scorpio. Because they're water element signs and energies, it means that during these times of Mercury retrograde, feelings and emotions can be really heightened, can be really amplified, and each one of them can bring about very different kinds of emotions and feelings. So I'm going to also let you know when that's coming in. And when we do the series of sessions in March, and then for the one that's mid-year and the one that's in November, we're going to be doing a series of sessions that marries up with what's going on with that Mercury retrograde very, very closely, so that we are also utilizing those energies as well. And instead of trying to butt heads with it, we're actually pulling it in and using it and working with it to our advantage. So I'm really, really excited for those changes. Yep. The other change that is going to be coming in at some point this year, I don't know the timing because it depends on me and depends on when I can actually find the time to start doing this project and planning it out. You know, developing all the courses and the series of sessions and doing all the, you know, beautiful imagery that you see and having access to that online, that's all been really relatively easy. You know, we've had some little IT issues towards the end of the year, which hasn't surprised me because, you know, it is going to happen. We can't avoid that. And I told you about how I, you know, conquered my Goliath and told them to go stick their blackmailing money up their butt. So we found a way around that as well. What has been, it's not so much an issue, but it's been a thing that when it comes to members having to renew their membership, that hasn't been an easy process to navigate, because it's not like, you know, putting up a website and then the website sends a notification to the person. We haven't had the membership portal and the website and the renewing part of it all fused together in the one little, you know, package, so that it runs effortlessly and easily. A couple of years ago, when the membership got so big that the website just couldn't cope with it anymore, we went and put it on a platform called Course Rebel. And the membership has worked really brilliantly. The membership portal has worked brilliantly off that Course Rebel portal. Now what I'm looking at this year is how do we bring together a really ever-growing and expanding My Incredible Orbit membership to give you everything that it currently has and also everything that's going to be expanding into. And my big mission is to simplify and put systems in place for everything that we do. So this will be the last time that I need to do that. There are some of you that have only just recently renewed. So by the time you come to having to renew again, there will already be a process put in place where you receive an automatic message saying, hey, your My Incredible Orbit membership's up for renewing. How do you want to move forward in paying that? Just so it's an easy process through. However, when I first started My Incredible Orbit, it was over the Christmas January period, just had this massive download of information that was the entire My Incredible Orbit membership. And it was birthed over 48 hours straight, non-stop. And so I had all these people coming in and becoming a member at the start of January, which means I have several members now going, Jackie, where's my renewal? Where's my renewal? Where's my renewal? Okay. So what I want you to know is for those members who are due to renew right now, what I would love to be able to do is send you, because I think everyone that's due to renew right now, you're all Aussies, you're on the same, land as what I am. So what I can do is send you an invoice and you can choose to pay by part payment or you can choose to pay in full. I want you to let me know what works for you, okay? Down below in this email, there are your options, okay, on what you can do if you choose full payment, what it looks like if you choose part payment over 6 months, and what it looks like if you choose part payment over a month. Please email me, like right now, hit reply and say, I choose whatever it is. And also let me know if you are happy for me to issue you with an invoice that you can pay by credit card, or you can pay by direct deposit, banking deposit if you want to. It's totally your choice, okay? Let me know if you're happy for me to do that and I will organize that ASAP so it's off the table and we can just get on with things. Or if you really want it done by PayPal for whatever reason, in your reply email say, please, can I have this payment method and can you please do it by PayPal? And I will do that immediately as well, okay? The thing that I want to mention before we move any further is that there are a couple of you who, because of special circumstances, we have private agreements as to how you do your membership, okay? If that's you, my love, then I want you to know that I'm going to email you privately. You don't have to worry about this part. But there are some people who needed some extra support and needed to do it over a long period of time. So I gave them that option, okay? Okay, so let's have a look, because in January, we started with looking at the 5 senses and we finished off with an added series of sessions, if you remember. So we haven't done 36 sessions this year, we've done 39 because we had an extra series of sessions put into June timing. So in January, we started off with I hear. In February, it was I see. In March, it was I smell. In April, it was I taste. In May, it was I feel, which included feelings, and I touch. What I touch, that was a really great group of sessions. In June, there were 2. So the first one was powerful intuition. Then we moved into working with the immune system, and there was immune 2. In July, it was all about happy hormones. That one was great. August was focusing on eye repair and all aspects of what needed repairing. In what comes next, September, my brain is so fried. September was all about busting beliefs. October, I'm healing the child within. November was one of the most fun series of sessions I think I've ever done personally. And it was I Love Money, Money Loves Me. We're doing that next year. So it's a little bit of a quirky take on the one that we've done this year. But that's something that is an issue for everybody, no matter how much work you get done on it. So it needs to keep showing up every single orbit. And I was so very touched on how it shifted for a lot of people and what people went through. Because some people, holy cow, did they shift some big things. So November was I Love Money, Money Loves Me. December was disposing of the nursery archetypes. Okay, so this year, I'm so incredibly excited about it. I guess you can tell already. January is my birth vivaxis relationships. February is achievement and success. March is looking at if it feels right, it probably is right. That's really cool. I don't know if you've read the description to that, but that's going to be a good one. April is unleashing suppression. And this is actually going to be a big subject. All of these are big subjects for 2020, but that is quite a big one for 2020. It came up in the client session today. May, I'm really excited about this one. It's Adventure Without Fear. That series of sessions came up so loud and clear, I can't tell you. The energy was, Jackie, if you don't put this in, you're bonkers. So I went, okay, it's going in. And it worked perfectly with May's energies. June is the Mercury retrograde, and we're doing I Love Money, Money Loves Me too. But it's TOO, not TWO. Okay. So then I gave you all of your suggestions and what you can do for series of sessions for the rest of that year. Now let's have a look at what courses we did, because this was pretty good. We actually did an art journaling course, which was an 11-piece video series. That was pretty cool. Remember, we're always going to have that balance throughout the year of creative courses, because it is our balance. It is our repair. It's our rejuvenation. Okay. And it's so critical to your everyday life that we figure out how to have creativity of the imagination, creativity in life, whether it is planting, painting, walking, movements, singing, design, whatever the heck. So I'm going to keep doing those. We just did a healthy boundaries course that has had really great feedback for it. I really loved it a lot. We also did making friends with conflict. We did healing exhaustion and burnout. We did recovering from burnout using sleep, rest, and naps as a healing process. Oh, that's right. We did healing, judgment, and projection. That was really, really great. Meditations are coming in 2020. So I'm actually going to tailor probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 different meditations that are focused on very, very specific things. They may be focused around stress relief or dealing with ridicule and torment, dealing with past life, if past life activations are happening for you and you're getting triggered. I'm actually going to do a meditation that walks people into their nature scene, or into what would be the equivalent of their Mindscape workshop. Okay, so we have a lot of people in My Incredible Orbit that have done Mindscape, some haven't. I can't take the people who haven't through the whole Mindscape process, but I can take you through a meditation process that's very similar, that's going to get you to a similar place so you can do similar things in that space. And I think that that's probably going to be one of our most powerful meditations that we do. So again, if you have any kind of, burning ones there for you, a hot topic, a concept, something that you're personally working through that you think that would be a really nice meditation for me, then let me know and I'm going to walk you through that as well. Let's have a overview on what potential courses I'm going to be doing this year. An animal psychology, animal consciousness and animal communication class. It's one that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. It's not going to be an in-person class. It's actually going to be an online class, and it's not going to be like a 2-day or 3-day class. This is just looking at the nuts and bolts, the basics of it. How do we use animal consciousness? What is animal consciousness? How you can shapeshift with an animal? What are some of the different consciousness aspects that are related to different animal species? How can you use them, but why would you use them? And it will be almost like the first step. And then what I anticipate will happen is there'll be like a second series to that builds and grows and expands on those concepts. Now, for those of you that are involved in Body Talk, or have been involved in Body Talk in any way, I'm actually undertaking advanced instructor training. I've just started it. Actually, I've started it quite a few years ago, but I'm finishing it this year. So it's called Body Talk for Animals, which is formerly known as Module 8A. So that's something I'm personally coming full circle with this year, and I'll be able to offer, anyone doing that as well. I'm going to be doing an anxiety workshop. I'm also going to be doing a depression workshop because that is a very, very big deal. Goal setting workshop. A ways to get back on track with your goals workshop, a workshop on getting to know your chakras. So I'd like to do an advanced workshop on the chakras. That'll be really great for you, because then when the chakras come up in sessions, you'll have such an enormous, encyclopedia of knowledge within you about that. I'd also love to do one on meridians and another one that is on the body psychology. So what is the consciousness of all the different organs, endocrines and body parts? And again, look at different ways that you can use that knowledge, understand it, use it to your benefit, and bring in different tools and different habits and patterns and behaviors into your life so that it benefits the psychology of those organs, enterprise and body parts. So that's a bit exciting. That's what we've got on the table. Again, I'm really open to what comes up in the first 3 months of sessions for us. And if you have any that are really burning that we haven't done yet that you would like to see done, then just let me know. I'm definitely going to do addressing traumatic stress and PTS this year, post-traumatic syndrome this year, because it is one that I've been asked to do several times. So that's on our agenda for this year. That's it. That's our wrap up. That's our wrap up and finishing off for 2019. Beautiful year. And the introduction and the overview of what we've got coming up for 2020. What I want to remind you is just go at your own pace. Trust your intuition. If a course comes out and you feel like that you need to recap on one of the others before you watch this, do that. If you feel like that you need to just watch a new course in 20-minute lots, walk away, digest it, sleep on it, watch the next part in 3 days. Do that. It's about choosing what's right for you and trusting your gut instincts. Don't get caught up in, oh, but Jackie's going to be on Facebook Live in 20 minutes and I haven't even watched the last session and la, la, la. Let that go, okay? Just come and show up and join as you're able to. of course you will benefit the more you can attend in person. The in-person energy is really incredible, and there's a reason why I do it live and hold the space for you to all come live, because there is quite incredible energy there, and you do benefit from it in different ways to if you watch and download the sessions later. So really just trust your gut instinct, as I always encourage, and go with that. I look forward to hearing from you. For those members who are due to renew, please remember to email me ASAP and we can wrap that up for you. I'm actually going to be off for a couple of days next week because my beautiful sister and her family have just been evacuated again for the second time today. They live down near the Albury-Wodonga border in Victoria, and they're really panicked. Their nervous systems are stretched to the max, and they've got a massive, great big bushfire coming over from Mount Buller, marching towards their place, and they've been told that there's just nothing that they can do about it at this stage. So they've hit emergency warning again today. They've evacuated to Wangaratta, and they want to go somewhere where they feel a lot safer. So they're going to Canberra. I'm actually going to go down and support them for a few days. I had a full schedule next week, and for some reason the online calendar went a bit glitchy, and it kind of opened up the whole week and said, Jackie hasn't got anything on, come and book a session. So everyone went in, booked sessions, and in some cases people booked sessions on top of one another, and I have people stacked 3 deep just in one place. So I'm going to drive down with my daughter Abby. I'm going to go down and give some support to my sister and her husband and her 2 kids. They feel like they're going to be safer if they go to Canberra because it's a big place and it's defendable, and they will defend Canberra. And so what I'm going to do is grab one of my nephews and bring him back home with me. So I will be contactable next week. I just won't be checking into my emails like as regularly as I do every couple of hours when I'm in the office like I normally am. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so very happy that each and every one of you are here. Oh, that makes me a bit teary. I'm so happy that we're all on this journey together. And I'm really happy at the perspective growth and evolving that we're all going through. Someone commented to me the other day, I've got someone that's come back in to help me with some things, and she said to me, wow, she said, haven't your members gone through an enormous amount of growth? That makes me cry. And I said, yeah, they have. Like, from where we started in My Incredible Orbit, the people that just keep showing up every year, I wonder if you realize how much you've grown, because you've grown enormously. And I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you. And I'll talk to you all really soon. Bye for now.